Well, folks, I'm getting old. Didn't want it to happen, but it's creeping up on me fast. One of my bucket list items since I was about 11 or 12 is to do the Chimney Rock Hill Climb run, the Caesar's Head run from Highway 11 to Caesar's Head, and the Tail of the Dragon run in a TR3 with the top down. I've dreamed about that since I was a kid. I know it's not going to happen. I know the TR3 is not going to happen, but I do have a TR6. So maybe I can make it happen with a TR6. This is a spare engine that came out. The one that's in the car, I think the engine is locked, and maybe the transmission or something else, or some kind of catastrophic failure on it. But this one was a running engine. The man pulled it out, said it was smoking, put in a V6 Chevy 4.3 Vortec fuel injection engine in the TR6 in its place. So the plan is to try to get this thing running, see if it's any good or not, and if it is, maybe swing it into the TR6. I pulled the plugs, shot some Marvel Mystery oil in there, as I have probably every 2 or 3 months, and turned the crankshaft, spin it over, 8 or 10, 12 times. Sometimes I hook the battery to it, spin it over. So I just added some more oil in it today and spun it by hand. I'm going to hook the battery up, spin it over with the starter, run a compression check on it, and check out these carburetors. I've got to clean the engine up too. I got a pressure washer. I don't think I'll go to the trouble to pressure wash it. It's too much trouble. But I may easy off it and garden hose it. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can get the TR6 engine running. I know nothing about the engine. I know nothing about these carburetors. So it's all new to me. Bucket list items. Got to start checking them off now. Okay, I'm going to get to work, see what we can do. All right, the battery cables are all too short. Now that I set this up on a rolling stand, it was sitting on the ground. I've got it up on a rolling stand so I can make it mobile. So I've changed the battery cables, negative and positive, added some length to them. And let's see, here's a jumper wire right here. So in theory, if I hit that to the starter battery post, positive post, it should spin over, and that way I can run a compression check. Oh yeah. All right, we're good. Let's pull the plugs out now and run a compression check. This is my first compression tester. Bought it from the Mac Tool Man. 1965, I was in high school. Let's see what we have here. First cylinder number 1. Yeah, I see how this set right here. Okay. Looks like 120, 25, 30, almost 135 pounds. Cylinder 1. Of course, it's got some Marvel oil that you see bluing out there. That's a good start. Let's check the next ones. All right, we've got a problem already. Cylinder 2, 70 pounds. Not good. I probably blew oil all over my camera lens a while ago. I don't know if that video will show up or not, but 70 pounds, that's not good. So evidently this engine did more than just smoke a little. We'll continue on with the compression check anyway. All right, getting worse as I go. Cylinder number 3. $45. Cylinder 4. About 110. Cylinder 5. 80 pounds. Looks like about 115. All right, let's spin this thing over and see if we have any oil pressure. Actually, I can do that right here before I go any further. What we got, 32 pounds. I don't know if that's enough or not. You tell me, chef. All right, you guys, help me here. I didn't record this. I just recorded on video. I just went back and checked cylinder number 2. Now it's jumped up to 120. I think 2 is 60 earlier, so let's check number 3 and see if it comes up also. All right, cylinder 3 jumped up to 70. I think that's higher than it was earlier. I'm in cylinder 4 now. I don't recall what it is, but what it was, but it's like 140 pounds. So maybe we just have some stuck valves here, and all I need to do is just keep spinning this thing over a little bit and get the compression on up there. We still can have something to work with. We'll check all the compression cylinders again after playing with it just a little bit. Bring it back. All right, not what I wanted, but that's good for the rust wrench. Normally the engines that show up here are locked, totally locked. It takes dynamite to break them loose, but I'm encouraged. I've got, this one turns over freely and the compression is coming up. I ended up with 150, 130, 90, 150, 125, and 135. So that's good enough at least to get it running. I'm encouraged. I'm going to continue on, see if we can get this thing started. All right, I guess I'm going to file and gap the points, see if we can get any spark. That's the next step. All right, I filed and gapped the points 15 thousandths on the high point of the cam. There's my little Northern Tool point file. They're still available. All right, that's a mess. We'll clean that up. Then we'll check for some spark. I did put a little cam lube too on the distributor cam. All right, I hot wired the coil. See if we have any spark. Is hot. All right, we got spark. I need to start addressing carburation, which I know absolutely nothing about. On these, I'm guessing they don't look like SUs. I think they're Strombergs maybe. So this is probably, yeah, an accelerator linkage. That needs to be moving something over here. We can find it. Okay, there it is, some kind of cam right there. And either it's worn out, maybe that bolt's loose. Right there. Because this whole thing here is wobbling back and forth. You can see it or not. Also, we'll hook to the linkage there, right here, between the two carburetors. And when I move this back and forth, we should be moving carburetor shafts, which one's right there and the other one is right back here. Get my finger in there, right there. Anyway, they're not moving at all. So I'm guessing that's worn out also. All right, let's investigate that a little bit, see what we can come up with, if anything. I sure would like to get the throttles working on these carburetors. These, I don't know what these are, dash pots, or I don't know what they're called. I can just gently push up on them and they'll fall back down fairly smoothly. Same thing here, gently push up. And it'll fall back down, so I assume that's working okay. I'll probably shoot some more carburetor cleaner in there, in here. I think oil goes here. Check, make sure we have some oil there, and then we'll figure out what to do on the linkage. Also, there's got to be a choke on here somewhere, and I'm assuming that is part of it. Cable's cut, so I got to figure out how to choke these carburetors too. Do a little looking around and call it, and I'll check it back. Check back. All right, I saw a lever on the fuel pump, so I ran a line from the fuel pump to some gasoline. There's my fire extinguisher, and I pumped this lever about 80 times up and down. I have no idea if I'm getting any fuel to the float bowls or not. Not a clue. But I think what I'm going to do is, since I know nothing about these carburetors and I don't know how to put fuel directly into the bowl, I'm just going to raise these pistons slightly, shoot some gasoline into the intake, hot wire, and see if we can get any smoke in the hole. Let's give it a try. Oh, by the way, I had the plugs out and I spun the starter forever. I had plenty of oil on the top side at the rockers, so, and good oil pressure, so I guess we're good to go. Let's give it a try and see if it'll put some smoke in the hole. All right, hot wire the ignition coil. And I guess hit the remote starter and see what we get. Okay, it looks like it's trying to start. Probably needs fuel. So let's work on the fuel system and I'll bring it back. All right, I'm assuming a float bowl is down here somewhere. And I could be assuming wrong. And this line is feeding the float bowl gasoline, as is this line. So I think what I'm going to try is to shoot some fuel in here on each carb and see if that sends some fuel to the float bowls. And before I do that, I'm just going to spin the starter for a minute here and see if I can get any fuel out of here. See if the fuel pump's working. All right, we've got no fuel. That's what I thought. All right, let's figure out what's going on. Okay, I tried to put some fuel in here, which I assume feeds the float bowls. I don't know. Let's hook the coil back up. If I can find the hot wire. It's hooked up already, it looks like. All right, see if I can spin it over here. All right, it's trying. Needs fuel. Okay, I can't get the fuel pump to work. I don't have one, obviously, for this. So I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna try, see if I can get it to kick off and just shoot fuel into these throats right here of these carburetors and see if I can get it to run for, 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. Make sure that we've got a decent engine, so I don't know. Let's see what happens. No fuel pump. We'll do the best we can with what we have. So I'm gonna shoot a little in here. Force feed a little in here, and then just feed it as I go, if I can get it to run. Oops. Oh well, that's the best I can do. No fuel pump, but it will run. I got a fuel pump on order, a little electric fuel pump. I'll just stick in here in line. As soon as it comes in, we'll give it another try. See if we can get it to run for 20, 30 seconds. See if it smokes real bad or what it's gonna do. Anyway, that's where we're gonna stop right here and now. Bring you guys back tomorrow when I get the fuel pump.
Very good, dear.
All right, now we're gonna call it a video.
Yay.
It runs. It didn't. I don't see a lot of smoke, do you?
I'm inhaling it.
You're inhaling it?
Yeah.
Well, that's because I'm pouring raw gas in there, but hey. Anyway, I think it's gonna be a good engine. Good oil pressure. I may just swing this into the TR6 and give it a go. I'm happy.
Good.
I needed a TR6 fix. Chef Tush gets me motivated. All right, you guys, thanks for watching.